Hello, hello.
Hola.
Welcome back. We're here.
We're here. We didn't go away. I know we've been missing in action, it seemed like, for quite some time,
But don't worry, just because we aren't posting doesn't mean A, we're not watching, and B, we're not trying. Because we tried. I don't understand what the world has against our videos, but again, we're back to
technology does not want us to be great.
We're attempting things.
Yeah.
We also missed last week for a good reason. We were in Las Vegas. We went to the daytime drama downtown at the D in Las Vegas. We were joined by
four amazing
wonderful people. Steve Burton, Laura Wright, Michael Easton, and Roger Howard. So we had a really cool Q&A with them for a couple of hours. We got to actually speak with them. Then we kind of did some stalking afterwards, light stalking, and we got some cool pictures with them, some selfies. We got to say hi, let them know about what we do, our fandom, and our dedication, and they thought that was pretty cool. We don't want to really get too heavily into that.
If you want to check it out, go to our Instagram page.
It's general_hospital_T.
Not the letter T.
T-E-A.
And that's our Instagram. And then you can see all our pictures.
Quickly, we're going to kind of go over what happened last week. Well, just like some key points. We're really not going to fully discuss anything. In last week's episodes, you've got Willow finally gets through to Christina. That's, yes, bravo. We weren't positive that it was going to work, but apparently, as we know now, it worked and it really snapped her out of it, which was good. Jax came back. He's there to comfort his little girl, cross oceans for her, which is wonderful. Curtis and Laura head out to Canada to try to track down Kevin, or at least the person that helped him. Jordan finds out early in the week that Kevin is a match for her kidney. Anna comes to the conclusion that Peter is not her child, and that was the memory. Of course, why wouldn't Alex, her sister who hated her, go through like all that, having sex with Faison, her worst enemy, and then having his child, and then implanting all that inside of her and making her think it was her. She doesn't care that she might be his aunt. She doesn't want to see it through. She just wants to accept it for what it is as of right now because they're trying to build a relationship. Robert didn't like it very much, but that was also the week that Sam attempted her initiation, her trust ceremony. She was in the middle of getting her tattoo. Jason did put a stop to that, walked in, knocked him out. Brad, he's talking too much.
As always.
As usual. Yeah.
Shut up.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm for real.
Send him away somewhere. Put him in jail, maybe.
Yes.
I think there's a couple things he could go to jail for at this point. But he's definitely given too much information to Shiloh about Wiley's birth mom. And we all know that this is going to come to a head.
Which the head is going to pop and it's going to explode a whole bunch of mess because Wiley ain't hers.
I know, but this is going to be... That's going to be an exciting thing to see out, even though it's totally freaking boring right now. Again, Sam, after her initiation was halted and interrupted, she made up a cover story. She's still gung-ho about the whole thing. She's like, I'll let him do whatever he's got to do for me to get evidence and put him in jail. I don't understand. Like, if I was Jason, I would have put my foot down. Down.
Steve.
I would have put a lot of things down.
Okay.
And she wouldn't have been worried about Shiloh anymore. Chrissy also gets out of the house, which she doesn't sneak out. No, Alexis willingly lets her go. She goes and she confronts Shiloh. Stuck up for herself. She made it very clear that she wasn't coming back. She didn't want nothing to do with him, but she wanted her pledge, and he said, no,
it was a gift.
So, it was a gift. It's his, and that's it. Also, Ava and Kevin have their plot going on here, their little con to, you know, bring Ryan out of the darkness, and she starts crossing lines, which we all knew was going to happen. She was in love with Ryan, who she thought was Kevin, and she fully explains that, and I actually really kind of feel bad for Ava because I don't think she can control it at this point, but hopefully she does because Laura's gonna pop her ass.
Okay, Laura about that
in the face if she comes back and you're not just following the plan. Okay. Also, Kevin finds out that he can't donate his kidney.
Weak as he thought he could. Hopes were...
Yes. He is a match, but he's pre-diabetic, which takes that ability away. He's very upset about it. He really wanted to make amends that way. The last thing we mentioned about last week is Shiloh hiding the pledges. Placed all the pledges with blank papers. He knew someone was coming for them after he caught Sam in there. So Jason did, after he knocked Shiloh out, go look for the pledge, but only found blank papers. So he does say that they're in a safe location and he'll bring them out when he needs to use them.
So that was that for last week. I don't know if you guys remember our cowbell, but we have upgraded to an actual bell.
Yes, we got that in Las Vegas.
We did.
Yes.
As you can see, Amanda's taking the reins this week. If I have anything I need to say or I want to linger on a conversation or a topic, I'll hit my little bell.
She'll literally chime in.
I'll literally chime in.
On Monday, May 13th is where we started. Everyone is really struggling with the loss of Oscar still, which is totally normal. You see Jax is comforting Jocelyn. They all end up getting messages that there is a memorial celebration that evening, whatever, to celebrate Oscar's passing. As we know, he did not want a funeral. He said no black, no crying, tell funny stories. And as we know, Ned and Olivia basically set up the entire thing. So everybody basically shows up at the Quartermain house. He's been cremated. Jocelyn doesn't really even want to go, but they kind of convince her that she'd regret it if she didn't. They end up having the party in the park where they are dedicating a little space of it to him. Throughout the dinner, everyone's encouraged to tell stories. Michael, Cameron, Jocelyn, and Drew all share a story. After that, they're all kind of mingling. Both Sam and Alexis, it stuck out to me, both Sam and Alexis give Jax compliments on what an amazing kid Jocelyn is. Also, everybody's kind of seeing Jax for the first time.
Right.
Everybody's, kind of getting to see each other again. Trina and Cameron are super supportive of Jocelyn, which is really cute to see. Trina gives Jocelyn a message that Oscar wanted her to pass on. It was about a hike. I forget what the mountain was. But anyway, she tells her she's not getting out of it. They had a plan to go on this hike and she's got to do it no matter what. Jocelyn also gives Jason and Drew a message. Well, she gives Jason a letter, but in it has a message for the both of them. Oscar wants a tree house built at the Quartermain house for all the younger kids. Michael even drew up some blueprints for it, so it's all designed and everything. Thing is, Drew and Jason have to do it together, which is cute. I like it.
I thought it was cute.
And they agreed, so we'll see that in the future, hopefully. So they do dedicate a spot in the park to Oscar, and they're calling it Oscar's Meadow. There's like a little stone and a plaque. Everybody gets a little bag of seeds, and they throw them all around just to kind of plant the flowers. At the end, Kim makes a touching speech. She kind of single out Monica, Jocelyn, Drew. She has a moment with each of them. Just really thanks everybody for loving Oscar and accepting them and blah. Drew thanks Olivia and Ned for doing everything. It really meant a lot to them. But you could see throughout that episode that I feel like they're building up that Jocelyn Cameron thing a little bit because she's locked on him and looks very grateful to have him there. Who knows? That can turn romantic in the future. Even Sam and Drew have a moment together. She's trying to comfort him. And I just want to say, bravo to Tamara.
Right.
It's been a few weeks now since Oscar died, but she's consistently given us a good performance.
Right.
She's selling it that she is a parent in mourning. She's just a really good actress. Right before the very end, you have this. I thought it was awkward, but it was very, very sweet.
I
that
thought
moment
it was
with her.
sweet. Want to know why?
And Sunny.
Because she was Carly.
She was Carly. And I know that's why they do that stuff.
Right.
You would think Kim and maybe Carly would have a moment because, they're
both
the mothers
Right.
of the boyfriend and the girlfriend. You know what I mean? But instead you get Sunny and Kim have this moment. But it was really actually sweet. And he just tries to, comfort her. He did lose a son, so he knows what it feels like. And he just tells her, things will get better, things will get easier. At the very end, she has that flashback and she cries and she tells him
I didn't
she
cry.
loves him.
You cried. I mean, I did cry.
So I cried too. Now on to Tuesday. Starts off, Michael goes to give a little gift to Willow. He's thanking her for helping Chrissy. Willow is having a meeting with a lot of the parents in her class and the principal. And obviously Liz and Franco are there. Nina's there. Valentine was supposed to attend with her, but he ends up going back to the Metro Court to get her phone because she leaves it there. So she stays. Then you find out that another set of parents are that girl Bianca's parents. Who was if you remember, Aiden was shunned from a birthday party because her parents are so close-minded. The whole meeting itself was revolved around a book that Willow put in the library of her classroom that had to do with all different kinds of families and diversity, and it talked about having gay parents in it, and obviously the Bianca's parents didn't like that. They go back and forth a little bit, but Nina kind of steps in and takes over the whole thing, and she doesn't exactly stand up for Willow, but she does stand up for what the book represented, and she's just kind of like, why are we making a big deal out of this? You're closed-minded open-minded, try to like open it up and see it from everybody's point of view. And so the meeting concludes, and Willow goes to thank her, and Nina's like, no, bitch, I still don't like you.
Right.
This was not anything to do with you. And if you don't back off my daughter's man, I'm gonna kill you. Not in so many words, but she did warn her to stay away from Michael, even though Willow's got a fine-ass man on her own.
All I have to say about that situation, this whole Nina, Willow, bickering back and forth, Nina trying to be Sasha's mouthpiece.
Oh, yeah.
All I'm going to tell you is, if I was Willow, I would get my hooks in Michael just because Nina is so mad. Like, I would make it my business. I mean, yeah, she got Chase, and he's hot too. We don't really want to hurt him in the process. But I just feel like somebody need to just knock Nina down a peg or two.
Yeah, if she was single, I would definitely do that. Not like fight Sasha for him, but I give Sasha a run for her money.
Absolutely.
Because Sasha's not even looking for anything serious. On to Laura and Curtis. I mean, I can just kind of run through that really quickly. They get snowed in. That was ridiculous. So they get snowed in Toronto and end up in the room with Maxie and Peter. Like, this couldn't have gotten worse.
Which confused me, because I was like, I thought they were on a plane to Paris. Wait, what
happened?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really tell you that part because no one cares. Maxie and Peter get derailed on their trip to Paris, which was supposed to be their first date, and he had this all romantically planned out. They get derailed because of the freak snowstorm, and they end up in Toronto, and then Maxie goes out, finds Laura and Curtis, and she invites them to stay with them in the room, and they end up playing like board games for a few hours. Snow clears up. They exit. Peter and Maxie play Ring Around the Rosie for about a while. Then they end up doing the deed.
However, Laura, not Laura Spencer. Wes can take his shirt off anytime he wants to.
Yes,
no disrespect, girl, but
your man is fine. I'll give you that.
I'm glad we at least got to see that part. Nonetheless, Curtis and
Curtis and Laura are running down leads. They're trying to track down this woman who helped Ryan, and they end up finding a suspicious place. No one's there. They leave. They go back because they're like, something ain't right. They end up knocking on the door again, and the chick is there. She's super weird. Very like short with them. They leave. Again, go back to the same restaurant they waste time at before. Like, what are you people doing? And then they decide, you know what? We're gonna go back. They're discussing it, and the woman calls them. Her name's April. She says, I think you should come back. I have information, blah, blah. They go back, find the girl dead. At that point, perspective, we can already tell that Ryan is there. We know he's in there. They're putting it together as well, but they get there, she's dead. They both get knocked unconscious. I don't know, it might have been Thursday. They end up waking up in the cabin, tied together in the middle of the room with the gas on in the place. They get out just as the cabin explodes. And that was kind of what wrapped them up. Sasha and Michael have a little date at the Metro Court. The only thing significant reason I mentioned that is because they discussed a few weeks ago what Sasha said when she was under the influence of her fever, her flu or whatever. Out of it, she said out loud, I wish Nina was really my mom. Valentine went back to get the phone, which was with Sasha, and he overhears the conversation. They discuss what she said, but of course it gets deflected. The truth does not come out. She seems like she's about to tell him, but Michael misinterprets it, and she allows him to do that. So basically she just blames it on, well, I know she's biologically my mom, but she doesn't necessarily feel like my mom yet, because I was raised and loved by this other woman my whole life. So Valentine is nervous at first, then he listens to the rest of it, and he's like, oh, okay. But he does stop Sasha on her way out, and he's basically like, bitch, this is what you're gonna do.
Time's up.
The wedding's gonna happen, and you're gonna go bye-bye. Or we're gonna be in trouble. Someone's gonna figure this out. And that's really where they left that off. Robert loses Finn's ring, which he lost it technically last week. We saw Robert at Kelly's, and Sonny and Mike were there. Sonny wants to talk to Robert outside. Robert accidentally leaves the ring on the counter. Mike, who we know has Alzheimer's, picks up the ring. We never see what happens after that. Apparently, Mike took the ring for himself. Pocketed it. Robert's at the Metro Court, realizes the ring's gone. He starts bugging out. Mac and Felicia show up. They and try to look for it. They also kind of taunt him about like, is he doing this on purpose? Do you want to be with Anna type of thing? Anna shows up. That was actually pretty funny when she bumped into that doorway. It looked so real. She was like,
oh, hi.
So they all talk about it, and Anna again is reiterating that she doesn't want to get remarried again.
Even before later on in the episode, we find out that she doesn't want to marry Robert, obviously, but if it was Finn asking, it would be another story. But she hears him talking about the ring and showing Mac and Felicia the ring. She thinks that Robert wants to propose.
To marry her.
So that's why she's like, oh no, I'm sworn off marriage. Don't even think about it. Now, Robert's taking it the wrong way, thinking that she don't want marriage at all. And we find out later on that she thinks Robert's gonna propose to her, but she's like, well, if it was Finn, it would be something different. So we know if Finn asked, she would say yes. Robert asking, absolutely not.
Right. And I mean, even though Mac and Felicia pretty much know that that's not the case, they kind of feel in some type of way that Robert might be sabotaging it.
I feel he's sabotaging it.
Maybe subconsciously or whatever the case may be. We'll touch more on that in tomorrow's episode, basically. Ava and Kevin are still continuing their show for Ryan. They're kissing in the park, waiting for what they think is a photographer that's coming. It's actually Julian. He shows up. He's angry. He punches Kevin. The cops are called. And instead of Ava taking up for her brother, she lets it ride, because the more publicity and all this attention that it gets, the more drama in the situation, the better. Gonna hopefully draw Ryan out.
By your man.
Chase encourages Finn to propose. You know, he's been doing this for weeks now. And it was actually funny, you know, when he saw Anna at the hospital and he goes, oh, it's on your hand. And he goes, oh no, I thought I saw a sparkle in the corner of my eye. And Finn's like, shut up. Mac takes Robert and helps him find like duplicate for the ring. Obviously, it's not the ring, and it's pretty clear. Even I could tell.
Right.
And then, you know, the only other thing that happened on Tuesday was Willow got fired.
Yeah, after that big meeting, she was like, oh, I want to discuss plans for next year. And the principal was like, well,
there's not going to be.
There won't be one.
Hopefully she'll find something.
Right.
Now on to Wednesday, we realize Mike has Finn's ring. He calls Sonny over to the home, and he wants to propose to Yvonne. Mind, Yvonne is still married.
To Marcus.
Now, Marcus has backed off quite a bit, but he does go to see his wife once in a while. She doesn't remember who he is anymore. Meanwhile, you also have Jordan and Stella are at the hospital. Jordan tells Stella that the kidney can't be given to her from Kevin. Stella freaks out. After she's told exactly why and it's explained to her, she understands, but then she's mad at Jordan because she hasn't called Curtis yet.
Right.
Jordan's like, well, I'm not interrupting what he's doing. Very important. He's got to finish this. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, but during that portion of time, Marcus shows up to see her. Stella gets a call from Mike stating he has big news, please come over there. So Stella and Marcus get in the car. They go over to the home where Yvonne and Mike live, and that's when they realize he wants to propose to Yvonne. And at first, Marcus is angry about it, distant, and then I'll never understand how that happened. But he like steps aside and he's like, okay, fine.
He's just worried about her happiness and if this makes her happy. I mean, it's your wife, so I don't get you just stepping aside, but I kind of do at the same time because she don't know who the hell he is anyways. To her, Mike is her man. And that's just, it is what it is. And if he say no, then it's going to turn into...
How sad is that though?
It is very sad.
Oh my God.
But I understand why he decided to just remove himself from this.
Yeah.
He said, you know, it is what it is. I just won't be around for it. Obviously, she's still married and she can't
actually get married. But they're going to let them play house.
In their head.
It's all just sad.
Yeah, it is.
It is all just sad. Also, during that time, you know, this is all kind of in the beginning of the episode, Carly and Jason meet up. They discuss the whole plan with the DOD and Sam that's still in the works. Carly is still like, Sam is crazy. You're crazy for letting Sam get away with this shit. Like, you're her man. Put her in her place. Let's go. Like, this is dangerous. This is stupid. She's gonna get raped. She's gonna get tattooed. Like, is that really what she wants to do? And then she ends up getting pains. Jason forces her to go to the hospital. She's examined.
She's
Baby's
fine.
okay. She's okay. Epiphany does tell her that her CVS test, which we remember from 2 weeks ago, I think, she took all the big tests to see if make sure there wasn't anything wrong with the baby. Goes back the next day and does find out that the tests were all good, and they get the results of the sex of the baby.
We don't know.
Which they open at the end of the episode.
And they're like, oh!
And they don't say what it is. We'd like to know, like, comment to us. What do you think it is? Is it a boy or a girl? What's your vote?
A boy.
Me too.
They got too excited.
It's gonna be
especially
more
after
reincarnated.
Right. And they already have little Avery, so to have another daughter, I don't. And Sonny don't need no more girls, honestly.
No, because he can't handle the ones he has. No, for sure. Oh yeah, and then you have Sam and Shiloh in the park. She invites him to be her date to the nurses' ball. Then she goes to meet with Jason. Nellie's in town. They've recruited him to help out with their the final phase, I'm gonna call it, of the plan. Finelli finds out that Sam plans on following through with her initiation trust ceremony, is basically willing to do whatever it takes to get the evidence to lock him up. You know, Spinelli voices his concern in front of Sam. She brushes it off. She's like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, and she leaves. Then he reiterates the fact that he's extremely worried about this, that Sam's gonna be raped, Sam's gonna be tattooed. Like, she can't possibly be okay with this, and he can't possibly. Everybody's like, Jason, what is wrong with you, dude?
I'm shocked. Like, I even said, I'm shocked Jason is so on board with this, because Spinelli made some very valid points.
But it's like Jason said. What Jason thinks is going to happen is he's going to have a video camera in there, and he's going to be able to jump right in right before he
does anything,
assaults her.
Right.
What if that doesn't work, bud?
Right. And Spinelli also made a valid point by saying she's going to be under the influence. What if she says
something that gets her in trouble? What if he's violent? Like, he's been playing this holier than thou. He's a freaking monk. Like, he's never going to hurt a fly. But we all know, if you trace it back, that we're pretty sure he's got something out for Sam.
Right. Spinelli
We don't know what.
Yeah. He was like, do you think that whole Christina thing was a ruse and Sam was the end game?
Yes.
Because he's obviously been sending her those emails all the way from the beginning when he came into the picture. Then we have it blamed on Daisy. Like, he's been after Sam for so long. Like, this could get bad.
Yes. Hopefully it just gets bad for him.
I just want to slap her.
On to Thursday. Maxie convinces Lulu to attend the ball, even though Lulu kind of has a little mini breakdown. She really misses her husband. She's sad. She's depressed. Now Finn has figured out Robert's given Finn the ring. It's not the ring. He's pissed. He's freaking out. He calls Chase and he's like, let's arrest him. Mike and Yvonne have an engagement party. Like, I don't know what it was. If it had something to do with them filming the stuff for the nurses' ball, but it literally looked like everybody that was in episodes for Monday through Thursday just wore the same clothes, came to work, they shot the whole week, which we learned
that
they do that.
They shoot each. We were explained by Steve that if they have a shoot, say for instance in Sunny's kitchen, they shoot every scene for that week in Sunny's kitchen.
Yeah.
All at one time.
Yes.
So Monday's episode is shot in the kitchen. Tuesday's is shot in the kitchen before anybody changes clothes or does anything to move on to the next set.
Yes.
It's just easier
they
for them.
don't do it, they don't do like all Monday's episode they shoot this day. Then they do, like she said, if Kelly's is involved, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, on this day they film it all.
Right.
And then they just break it up into
Piece
the
it
episode.
together.
Which is pretty cool. But then you realize why they like always had the same freaking clothes on. And it's literally just one long. Mike and Yvonne have their little engagement party, and people are starting to wonder like, where the hell did he get this ring?
Right.
It's real, so that's weird. You've got Kim and Drew at her apartment. They have the things out of Oscar's locker. They're going through it. Julian interrupts. They basically make a plan. Kim and Drew are gonna go climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and they're gonna spread Oscar's ashes under the stars. I know, it's so sad. And Julian is cool.
And I hope it puts Drew and Kim together.
Oh, then I'm gonna feel bad for Julian.
He can find something.
Oh, because I'm telling you now, Alexa's gonna end up with Neil.
I don't care. I really don't. I want Drew to have somebody. I feel like Drew doesn't have anybody right now, and it's driving me insane.
Okay.
Julian keeps popping up to save Kim ass, and
I know, you're right.
Drew is all alone.
I know. Damn.
We need a new cast member. Frank, please.
On to the next. Molly and Chrissy finally meet up.
Oh,
they haven't spoken in months, pretty much.
Sister.
Yes. Mind you, they're both completely in the dark about this plan with Sam and Jason and everybody else that everyone knows but them at this point. So they really honestly still believe that Sam is in over her head with the DOD. They think she's in cahoots. Molly comes up with this bright idea. I mean, we all know Molly's. There's all of them in that family have guts for sure.
Right.
You know, they're strong women. So she comes up with the idea that she's gonna write a story exposing Shiloh and the DOD. She even runs into Peter gets him interested in the idea. So pretty much she's gonna write an article with her point of view of the situation, being the sister of somebody who was in a cult, so that way it doesn't have to be Chrissy putting her story out there and have the backlash. It doesn't have to be Sam involved. She's gonna take it on herself, but she wants to get it out there into the world and let people know what a predator and how horrible all that is that's going down over there. So she does have the opportunity to pitch the idea to Peter, and he'll probably run it once he realizes what's going on. And then Chrissy exits. Sam enters. Molly tells her idea, and Sam freaks out, but obviously Molly doesn't understand why she's freaking out. Right. It's not because Sam doesn't want Shiloh hurt or in trouble, blah, blah, blah. It's because Sam doesn't want her con to get blown. As I said, I mentioned Neil and Alexis earlier. They meet in the park, sorry. And they talk a little bit about Chrissy, and then Sam shows up. She needs advice on whether she should respond to Chrissy, because Chrissy keeps texting her, keeps calling her. What should she do? So basically, Dr. Byrne, he says, just let it be for now. If you think it's only going to be another day or two till you wrap things up, which he doesn't know the full story either, which is probably for the best, because he'd warn her to not do that. She decides, okay, I'll just keep Chrissy at arm's length. I won't talk to her yet until I'm done with what I do. But at the very end of that little conversation, after Sam leaves, you see Alexis and Neil kind of have this moment where they're both going to end up at the nurse's ball. And, she's got that lingering, like, okay, yeah, let's see what happens at the nurse's ball. Right. Then again, Alexis needs a man too. Like, throw her a freaking bone. Right. And then the only other thing there was like two little side conversations, one with Anna and Peter, as we kind of touched on. Anna is thinking Robert's gonna propose. She's freaked out about it. She does not want that to happen. Right. Yes, which leads Peter to the hospital where he's like, Finn, like, do it. Right. Or he's gonna do it. Like, he literally just, says that and leaves. And Finn's just like, okay. All right. And then Finn talks to Chase, and, they go on, they talk about Robert sabotaging him. They talk about Willow being stuck on her ex. The same kind of conversation they've been having the last few times. But Chase does tell him, you should just propose and forget the ring. Right. Like, she's not going to care. And then Finn did give a good explanation of why he wanted to give her that specific ring, that it came from Monaco. And that's where they kind of discovered their feelings and their relationship started. So that's cute, whatever.
Before she runs off of Thursday's episode, I just have one thing that I need to insert, and I didn't kind of know where to insert it. But anyways, insert Carly actually getting her test results. And like she said, the baby's fine, but the doctor still wants her to come back, and da-da-da-da. My thing was, why the hell are you getting these results without your man? I understand he got his daddy issues.
Whatever Mike called you for was not urgent enough. You could have said, yes, Dad, I'll be there as soon. You can talk to the personnel at the home. He's safe. He's not injured or hurt. Like, there was no emergency. But I swear to God, I'm telling you, General Hospital, if you do this, if you make them grow apart, if this ends Carly and Sonny, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't know what I'm going to do either. But I feel like he hasn't been there for any of the pregnancies.
Because they've been playing that out that way. Why? I get
They're
that
like,
Sonny has so much going on.
He's worried that something will happen to the baby. For somebody to be worried that something is going to happen, I would want to be there for everything, finding out everything. Especially Carly being Carly. She'll come to him like, oh no, everything is fine. Try not to have you worry because you got this going on.
Gushing blood or something, you wouldn't know. But that's the thing. They've had Sonny so preoccupied in these other storylines. First it was Dante, now it's Chrissy. But now everything's calmed down.
Right. Worry about your life.
Why is he not 100% worried about it? I mean, but it seems like every time either somebody brings it up to her or she does end up talking to Sonny about it, she still seems pretty happy and like it's not bothering her. So maybe we're just projecting. But
I feel like she's so high risk, he should be there. That's just my thing. Because I know me.
Oh, no, for
I've
sure.
been pissed.
It is crazy. I mean, obvious. So now we're on to Friday, which obviously starts the nurses' ball.
Woo, woo. I think we should do next week, since next week will probably be all nurses' ball. I wonder if I have a ball gown I could put on. Or some kind of dress.
Yeah, let's get fancy.
We're going to go to a party.
Okay.
Okay.
Have some wine.
Yes, we're going to have some wine and some champagne or something. Yeah. We're going to be at the nurses' ball. Yeah.
It's going to be like lit. We're going to be like, okay, so this bitch looked ugly. I know. But, you know, for it being day one of the Nurses Ball and being a Friday episode, they really didn't touch on too much.
Right.
We basically saw everybody arriving, and I would say most everybody looked really good.
Nina's dress was awesome. I literally hit everybody arriving on the carpet just so
Yeah.
I can. I
Yeah.
wanted to play. What's that? What do they do?
Fashion Police.
Yes, Fashion Police. That's what I really wanted to do.
I feel you. I feel you.
But like I said, dresses were already awesome. I'm a huge Grey's Anatomy fan, so I thought it was kind of dope having Dr. Bailey on the carpet.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's funny because they said she returned. So has she
She
had
was
guests, or was she a
she was
character?
the mentor trying to mend Curtis and Jordan and Stella's relationship.
You're right.
She was the therapist.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny.
But yeah, so dresses were already awesome. Nina's dress was like a lavender with the
Yeah,
flowers.
she looked
It was
pretty.
beautiful.
She looked pretty.
We already talked about only exciting thing that happened was Curtis and him almost get blown up, but she mentioned that already. We kind of shoved them in the beginning, which was fine. I thought Lucy's first dress, like little snakeskin number with the drop back,
Yeah,
that was really pretty too.
Yes, yeah.
We have a new opening song to General Hospital.
That's what I was gonna say. The opening sequence is new. I noticed it on Friday. I was like,
What is this? This isn't the song. This is not the song. We have a new
and it was all
opening
like,
info.
I was like,
Oh, okay.
do I like it? I don't know.
I don't know. It's gotta go
I
on
usually
me.
fast
Listen,
forward through it anyways. You think I watched
it will
that?
never be the opening where you see Luke jumping on the boat. And
Uh-huh.
It will
Oh,
never
no,
be.
never.
It will never be that. Yeah, it would never be that.
No.
But I mean,
No.
it'll grow on. Nobody was paying Nina no attention.
That was actually hilarious. I mean, Michelle, who plays Nina, I just love her.
And I'm so mad.
I'm so mad. Like, how can you do that? She's just perfect as Nina. I love her, and she's just, she
Right.
was pretty hilarious.
Kevin and Ava arrive. Everybody's shocked.
Yeah, nobody's feeling
Scotty
it.
is
They're all
funny.
thrown off by the Ava and Kevin thing. I mean, even Maxie's like, what the hell?
Right.
Scotty and Ava, not Scotty, I wrote Ava. Scotty and Lucy fought against Ava and Kevin, and basically the whole charade, which you find out at the end, is Lucy lures Kevin up to the room. She's in a little negligee, and then Scotty's supposed to bring Ava up there, and they're supposed to catch them in the act of something, which we all know that Kevin was not about to do something with Lucy, so it's all really stupid, and they're like 50 years old.
Right.
Should be not playing these games.
But we don't really get to see the outcome. We just see Scott's face when he opens the door. He's like I don't know.
Oh God, Scotty. He's like such a hot mess.
He really
He's so
is.
funny though.
You're right.
That hair, he just always looks like he's been electrocuted or something.
Carly, her dress was bomb.
Yes, she looked gorgeous in that red dress.
Right. She was worried about leaving Jocelyn at first.
Oh yeah, because Jocelyn opted out of going, which as we know, her and Oscar attended last year, and it was a really key moment for them type of thing.
But we heard when we watched General Hospital live right before the Emmy, the gentleman asking a question asked William about his nurses ball performance, which William is Cam.
So we're just all types of confused because, mind you, Cameron ain't even there.
Right. Mind you, I still want to know this video that Oscar.
Yeah,
I think
we
they're going to
wanna
play
see
it at the nurses ball. It's got to be, like, I don't know. I want to know. Remember, he was like, I need you to record this for me. I still want to know.
We want
that
to
video
see
is.
the private video he recorded for Jocelyn. We want to hear the song. We want it all.
Right.
And we're just confused because Jocelyn nor Cameron are even at this ball.
Right. So what's gonna happen? Maybe Cam will go to the house and convince her to come, or I don't know,
Okay.
something like that.
Well, we probably have a whole week of this, so we'll find
who
out
else
sooner or
was
later.
showing up? We had Liz. Her dress was
Liz
just
was
green.
mediocre. Now, mind you, Franco was really sweet, and he got a stretch limo for all the nurses, which that was only like 5 of them.
I
I'm
miss
pretty sure there was a
Felix.
whole
I'm
bunch.
so glad he's back.
Yes. Even Epiphany. I was like, girl, what Deb shop they get your dress out of? Because that is not even cute.
I like the color.
The color was great on her skin tone and everything was nice and vibrant, but like she looked like she was going to some baby shower, not a nurse's ball.
Willow, her dress was bomb.
Yes.
The iridescent coral.
It was very age appropriate,
Yes.
very pretty. She looked so cute.
Get 3 snaps in a swirl, girl.
I personally really loved Sam's dress. I mean, her breasts were on display, and it really grossed me out that she was there with Shiloh.
I'm just glad it wasn't black. So
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
take
we
it.
gotta give her
I'll
props,
take it.
right? I mean, she did look beautiful. Who else was mediocre there?
Sasha's
Ava
dress
was
was
mediocre. Yeah, Sasha's
Maxie's
dress
was
okay.
mediocre.
I mean, your extensions, okay, we get
Oh
it. You had
my
long hair
God.
for one day,
Do
but
not.
what else?
Those extensions were so blunt cut. They didn't even blend in with her hair. I was so upset with the
because
extensions.
you know they threw that together.
I was so upset.
They were like, we have to do something different. And her dress is horrible. I was just like, what? Maxie, who's like in the whole fashion thing.
Yes. And normally she comes through. I don't know what happened.
I honestly, like, this is I don't mean anything by this, but I think that maybe it's got something to do with Kirsten Storms. Maybe she's just not feeling as confident. I don't know, but we've seen, she's doesn't have her normal flair.
Right.
But, well,
I don't know.
Oh, like Anna, she was like.
Anna's dress, I did not like it at all.
No.
Sasha's dress was okay. I don't know. It had the little bit of bling up here, and then it was just like all plain at the bottom. However, her and Michael look cute as hell in that picture.
Yes.
She was like,
yes,
all beautiful and whatnot. Milo will not be in attendance, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No Magic Milo this year.
You know who looked bomb? Amy Driscoll. Okay, Blondie in that black dress, the nurse.
Oh yeah.
She was fire. I was like, okay, Amy, you might come through.
She did. And I mean, the men were good looking. I mean, Sonny looked good. Michael looked good. Chase looked good. I mean, granted, they're just kind of in a tux.
Right.
Jax looked fine.
Ooh, girl, did he have? Into you.
Yeah.
We'll get back to her notes. We just want to talk about everybody's dresses, and I think we pretty much hit everybody. Lulu, last year you looked like a lamp, a bedspread. This year you look like an ostrich.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lulu's, she's going through it.
Last year she was pregnant, and I understand she was trying to hide the belly, so she kept like bunching up this huge dress. But I felt like she looked like she should have been a throw on a bed. Like this year, all I see is feathers, and I'm like, okay, now you look like you should be standing on, I don't know, tall with a long ass neck. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you on that for sure. As we mentioned, Shiloh is Sam's date. Oh, sorry, before that. Nina sees Maxie and Peter together. She gets all choked up, which again, Michelle playing Nina, she just plays it so good.
She really does.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you. Like, I'm not watching whatever show you're going to. I never watched it before. I'm not gonna start now, but I will continue to follow you on Instagram. Because your kids are cute. And you're fun. And I like you. Because you like drop F-bombs and you really don't care.
Right.
But she goes outside and ends up meeting Jasper Jax for the first time.
Girl, she was blown away.
She was shook.
Okay. She looked like she seen
literally
God.
was like,
she was like, who are you? Oh my God. Because I don't think Jax has been on the show since Nina.
No. They have not crossed paths. So she was like, oh, okay.
It was some chemistry there, though.
Yes.
They little banter against each other.
They're definitely lining it up, and we can all, if you watch the show, you know what's going to happen. You don't really need to explain it to you. Valentine,
have a seat.
You're wrong. You're wrong for what you're doing. You're going to get caught up, and you're going to get left.
For Jax.
Jax is going to win. Anywho, Sam and Shiloh, again, show up. I think Nina interviews him first. She kind of like, it was like a very awkward thing.
Like, who are you?
Kind of also shady. Like, I kind of felt like she was being shady. Yeah. She was like throwing shade. And then they walked up. Oh my God, this was hilarious. When they walked up to Maxie, who was live tweeting, supposedly, for the event. Sam goes, Maxie, I heard you were live tweeting. She goes, yep, just shut it down. Bye. I was dead. I was like, yes.
Right.
Because as you see in the previews, Maxie's going to call him out during the party anyway. So I cannot wait for the rest of this week to unveil itself. Because I'm like, what? And just to kind of wrap up the Shiloh thing, he also insists on speaking with Sonny and Carly throughout the first part there. And like Carly and Sonny were not having it.
First off, Shiloh, don't approach Mr. and Mrs. Corinthos with no motherfucking threats, okay? It would be in her best interest to return and her family's. Do you know who you talking to?
Okay.
Okay, he said,
squish you like a bug.
Here's my philosophy. Family above everything. And we get rid of anything else that's in the way.
That smile on Maurice's face.
Don't try.
He's had that smile on his face lots of times.
Don't try.
And you pretty much know a bullet's gonna be in your head. Like after that. Like, nope, not even. as I said, there wasn't anything of real importance in this episode. There were little side moments involving a discussion with Chase and Willow about her losing her job. He finds out she got fired. He tries to encourage her that everything's going to be okay. Franco and Liz talk. Don't even remember what they talked about.
I don't remember what they said either, honestly.
Michael, Sonny, and Sasha and Carly, they had that funny conversation about the workout. That was funny. You know, she's like, oh yeah, we met after your workout that day. And then you have Jax and Carly have a little conversation about Jocelyn, how they're worried, about how she kind of both forced them out. Again, as Whitney and I discussed earlier, seems Carly might be looking at him a little funny, and we're not there for it.
We're not there for it.
We're not trying to have it.
We're not taking that road again.
You're married to Sonny. You stay married to him this time. Damn it. And then you have this weird moment between Lulu, Peter, Jax, Valentine.
That was just odd.
Like, am I missing something, Whitney?
When
I didn't watch, like, did they ever cross paths? Do they not like each other? Because they seemed like Jax looked like
I think
they didn't know each other.
I think they were setting it up to give you that.
We're going to have beef over Nina type of thing?
Yes.
Because, like, they introduced them, and he was just kind of like,
who are you?
You know, they both
They looked at each other like, nice to meet you.
So I was thinking to myself, like, A, either they had beef in the past and I just missed it, or B, they're setting up the future beef. I don't know. Willow sees Shiloh. She obviously goes into panic mode, which Chase then talks her out of. And the only other thing I wrote down that was of note was Robert putting that really awkward third wheel kink into Anna and Finn's evening.
Like,
that was really
weird. I was like, that was mad awkward.
Yeah.
I do want to mention another funny moment. After Nina ran into Jax outside, she kept staring at that door, waiting for him to be the next person to walk that red carpet.
Did.
And when he finally came down the carpet, she was
couldn't even
stuttering. She couldn't even.
She was like,
The other lady had to jump in and was like, oh, Jasper Jax.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. She's like, I love Australia. He was like, have you ever been? She's like, no.
Their accents are great.
So that was cute.
Yes.
But doors are open. Welcome
Yes.
to the 2019 Nurses Ball. And yes, how they ended it with Jax's face, honey,
Yes.
standing in that door. I said,
Yes, he's so fine. He's back.
But we're looking forward to next week. Obviously, we're going to get great performances. It's going to be some drama. I anticipate Ryan is showing up.
Well, no, yeah, because, you know, Ava did say
She feels like
she didn't think she feels like he's coming, but not to the Nurses Ball per se. But we've already seen with the last 3 murders he committed in this last little stint that he likes the attention.
Right.
He's done them at public events each time. So who's to say he won't?
He's showing up because we need that drama. I mean, it's going to be nice to see the performances in the shows. I was on Instagram and we did see Chase little practice session.
Rehearsal,
I was like, okay.
yes.
But I think Ryan's coming. That's going to be the big boom. Because I'm like, everybody's like, oh, I hope it's a good night. I hope it's a good night. And then Maxie says if it has less, you know, drama than it did last year, then she's going to be happy. No, honey. It's going to be just as much, maybe more.
We know there'll be some romantic moments and lots of things just unfolding on the sidelines. So,
and we're going to do it, I'm for real. We're doing it with either wine or champagne. And we're going to put on dresses. And we're going to get all dolled up.
Let's get cute.
And we're going to the Nurses Ball.
Okay. I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
And hopefully Shiloh
feels that bullet between his head.
Too.
Because while they're at the Nurses Ball, Jason and Spinelli are supposed to be setting up kids. So we'll see. But as always, thank you for hanging with us. Like she said, she'll put it in a 2-part.
Yep.
It'll probably post easier. However, we did find somebody to help. Well, she found me to help us with video. So hopefully, come next week, we'll be able to maybe pop some pictures up here and do a little bit of.
I mean, I'm even hoping that maybe I'll get that done in this video. We'll see. But just, you know, like the video, share the video, comment. Do you disagree with anything we say? Like, let's start a conversation. I know we don't really have too many fans as of yet, but we did network a little bit while we were in Vegas. We met, you know, a handful handful of women, gave them our social media and all that. So hopefully we'll get some more views on our videos and, you know, have some more fun stuff to do.
Yeah,
But
make sure you follow us on Facebook, GHT with the Pork Jarlettes. Follow us on Instagram, General_Hospital_T. And that's not just the letter, it's TEA, honey.
The drink.
The drink, yes.
All right, well, you guys have a fun week, and we will see you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.